So Irv Gotti is pressed that he lost his down-ass chick, probably because he looks like a short, fat dick. Let's discuss. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Beasley here. I hope you all are staying cool, calm, and collected out there. I'm coming to you guys today with another Hot Topic mashup video. I was going to do these videos separately, but I just want to go ahead and get this content on out to y'all because this week is my birthday, my 30th birthday on Wednesday, so I ain't got time. And then on top of that, I'm getting a little burnt out on talking about these celebrities. I probably told you guys that before, but yeah, I'm just letting y'all know that the celebrity aspect of this channel may be winding on down a little bit. We'll discuss that later. So let's just go ahead and get into it, shall we? So after 12 years of being the third wheel on The Breakfast Club, Angela Yee decided to throw in the towel due to the fact that she got her own syndicated radio show called Way Up with Angela Yee. It's going to be like under the iHeartRadio umbrella, and then on top of that, she's going to try to like elevate her Lip Service podcast as well. So I haven't really tuned into that podcast. If you guys have like listened to it, how do you guys feel about it? But I gotta give it to Angela. Before she got on The Breakfast Club, she actually had her own show on Sirius XM. I forgot the name of it. Don't feel like looking it up. But she had her own show. She went into The Breakfast Club. That became one of the biggest like hip hop radio groups, whatever you call them. They became the hottest radio like on-air personalities that we have today. Like The Breakfast Club, in my opinion, literally filled the void that 106 and Park left. We finally had a platform for black artists to come on there and promote their music and their artistry, and also for other black celebrities and celebrities of color to promote their latest projects. And I think it's great that she decided to spread her wings and fly, like literally leave the nest, because we gotta keep it real. Like The Breakfast Club over time, especially after the pandemic, during the pandemic, the three of them were just sitting up there collecting check.
Y'all problem is y'all just sitting up there collecting a check.
Let's keep it real, especially you guys at your day jobs, when you're just constantly doing the same thing. You're just going through the motions. You're not really trying to reinvent the wheel. You're just doing what works. And that's what the three of them have been doing on that show for the past 3 years, in my opinion. And I also think it's great for her personality type that she left, because she got too comfortable being overshadowed by like the two men in the group. Like, she was comfortable with being the third wheel, because both of them two, DJ Polar Bear Envy and Charlamagne the God, got their characters over. DJ Envy was the dumb blonde, and his ignorance really like riled up the crowd and riled up the comment section. And then we had Charlamagne the God and his antics just completely overshadowing everybody, to be honest with you. So we got the dumb blonde and we got Mr. Stranger Danger, so therefore Angela Yee just never really found her footing and her groove of things. Like, the only time we really heard her talk, like for the majority of the time, was during her rumor report segment, but she could barely ever get a word in edgewise during interviews, and then 9 times out of 10 during those interviews she was barely even there. And the thing with Angela Yee, she just has inconsistent confidence, and I can speak to this because I suffer from inconsistent confidence. It could be either really high or really low, but Angela Yee was on this show, and it's like she didn't really have, like, she never found her voice. She never really found her voice on this show. Now, I mean, not everybody's gonna be like outspoken and boisterous, but when you're on radio and you have these two personalities, you gotta find a way to showcase your own personality. I mean, with her personality, we saw blips of it here and there, but overall, most of the time, she would just sit there and stare. And then on top of that, we expected her to give like the female perspective on things. And I feel like she was rarely ever good at that. Like, this is not shading Angela Yee. I like her, I respect her, and I respect what she's able to do in this damn game. But it's just like, girl, her on The Breakfast Club just left a lot to be desired. And I feel like she didn't really show us much of anything but surface level. Like, all we got from her was surface level. Like, Angela Yee never really had a vulnerable moment. The only time she had a vulnerable moment was when that whole entire issue with her and Gucci Mane, and when Charlamagne was involved with interviewing Gucci Mane, and Gucci Mane was going in on her because back in the day, they were talking about her having a deep vagina. She said that to Gucci Mane, and Gucci Mane thought that she was flirting with him. That whole issue was so stupid to me, and I felt like that was not something that needed to cause a rift between her and Charlamagne back in the day. A few years ago this happened. I'm like, when did this happen? I could have sworn it was like in 2020 or like in 2019. It is what it is. Hopefully they resolve those issues, but if they didn't, I think that's part of the reason why she wanted to go ahead and resign. But Angela Yee, I hope with her having her own show that she will find her groove and really find her confidence and showcase her true personality. Because I feel like the real her is trapped inside. Like, we have not gotten to know the real Angela Yee after all these years of being on the air and having her own podcast. I just still feel like she just gives nothing but surface level. Dig deeper, girl. Be vulnerable. That way the audience can relate to you. You're not really relatable. Like Angela Yee, you just don't relate to anybody. And it's sad because she gives, you know, the roundaway girl type of vibes. You know, the New York girl with the hoop earrings, the half up, half down hairstyle, the sweats and hoodies that she always wear. Like, that's what she gives. But when she talks, she just... It's just blah. But y'all, I'm not gonna go in on her. I just want the best for her, and I want these new ventures to be a second chance to get her out there and get her to open up and be comfortable with herself. Now, with this resignation, Angela Yee said that she's gonna stay on until they find a replacement so she can kind of pass the torch to that person. And with that resignation announced, Gossip of the City, which is a big name blog, actually leaked a list. Now, this is not confirmed if it's a real list, but she leaked a list of possible replacements for Angela Yee. Now, y'all, on this list, I don't know who these people are at all except for Remy Ma. Now, I will say if they were to select Remy Ma, I think it would be a great addition because, you know, she is a rapper. She can speak to the things that go on behind the scenes, and she's literally walked in the feet of their guest of the Breakfast Club. So she can relate to a lot of people that come up there to promote their projects and artistry. But however, when it comes to speaking towards like the women's side of things, I don't think Remy Ma will excel in that, if you get my drift. Now, the people that I think should replace Angela Yee, I think Melissa Ford would be great. Melissa Ford, she did the damn thing on Hollywood Unlocked with Jason Lee. I loved her on that show. I think she's also currently signed to Fox Soul, so maybe she won't be available to do it. I don't know how the contracts work at Fox Soul, but she would be a great addition. I also think Flame Monroe would be a great addition. Flame Monroe really had the best interviews on The Breakfast Club that I have seen in quite some time. Like, a lot of the people in the LGBT community have issues with her. I love Flame Monroe. I'm a big fan. If she's not doing comedy, I think she would be a great addition. And then my last suggestion would be the comedian Lunel. I also love Lunel's interviews. Like, she gives great interviews, and I'm pretty sure that she could give great interviews. Lunel is just entertaining. Just immensely entertaining, immensely funny. Every single time that she has been on The Breakfast Club, it has been a high-viewed episode. Like, I just love her. Like, she just lights up the room with any interview she's a part of, and she will make you laugh your ass off. But overall, y'all, I don't want to see anybody out of a job, but I think The Breakfast Club should just go on up to yonder. Like, I think it has really ran its course. It's had its time, and it's time for it to go. Because I gotta keep it real. Like, these YouTubers today can do their jobs better than them. A lot of them just sit up there behind that mic and collect the check. They got comfortable just going through the motions, and now these YouTubers are doing like a hell of a better job than they are. Like, for example, Charlemagne gets a majority of his talk and a majority of his like viewpoints from Lovely T. Let's keep it all the way real. And then we have the Impressive channel doing all the research, and then we have TGIF, which is doing the damn thing, which is also a 2 guys and 1 girl format that are really just entertaining, and they don't even have their own guests. Like, they're just immensely entertaining. I already love Funky Dineva, I love Claudia Jordan, and I've grown to love Al Reynolds. Al Reynolds is a hoot. I really think it's just time for the next big thing to come. The Breakfast Club, your time is done. So moving on to Irv Gotti putting Ashanti on blast on Drink Champs. Drink Champs is a podcast mainly helmed by Noor, the rapper Noor. But Irv Gotti got up on that show looking like a fucking pale-ass Frankenberry. But if you guys don't know who Irv Gotti was the owner of the powerhouse label by the name of Murder Inc. Murder Inc. had a chokehold on music back in the day, baby, and they produced a lot of big acts, namely Ashanti and Ja Rule. Y'all, when I tell you I loved Murder Inc., I loved Ashanti, I loved Ja Rule, I loved their lesser known rappers by the name of Vita and also Charlie Baltimore. Murder Inc. was doing the damn thing back in the day up until a point where it met its dismay. And that's mainly because of the criminal activities of, racketeering, gambling, prostitution, money laundering, like you name it. Like Murder Inc. was doing all the things. All the things. And Irv Gotti was the main reason that it fell to the wayside. And on top of that, back in the day, a lot of people didn't really know, but Ashanti and Irv Gotti were messing around, despite Irv Gotti being married. Now, the main reason why he was on that podcast spilling some tea like a chatty queen was because he has a documentary coming out on Murder Inc. I think it's going to be on BET. But however, the other part of me feels like the man is just butthurt because he lost the girl of his dreams. Let's keep it real. Ashanti was Beyonce before Beyonce went solo. Like Ashanti was out there doing the damn thing, baddest chick in the game at the time, up until the BET Awards of 2003. And therefore, he's butthurt because he let her slip through her fingers, even though you already had another girl with a ring on your finger. He sat up on that show called Ashanti, all types of bitches and hoes, and talked about the story how he found out that she ended up with Nelly, and he was just so distraught and butthurt. He even went ahead and detailed their sex life and how their sex life led to her debut single by the name of Happy. And I'm just like, ugh. I really did not need to hear that because I love that song.
You just finished sleeping together or whatever.
Okay.
I'm taking a shower. I'm in the shower. A nigga be creative after.
Yes.
Right? I'll give you the quick story.
Cool.
You can see the full story
on the Murder Inc. documentary. That's going to be premiere on BET.
That's premiere on BET. Yes. I think of the whole track in the shower. I get out the shower. I call my nigga Chink. I'm on the phone. Chink, yo.
Chink Santana.
We get to the studio. Chink. Chefs it up, the beat, everything. Okay. Now it's time for you to write. Yo, I want this shit to be a feel-good joint, like summertime things. I'm so happy, baby.
She made me happy.
I mean, but that
beautiful
the
record.
energy,
beautiful record.
That record came about because of our energy.
You miss that energy a little bit?
Not anymore. When like 20 years ago, when we stopped,
like fresh out of it.
I think I asked you this before, but I'm gonna ask you again.
Yeah.
You don't go on her gram sometime and be
absolutely not.
And another reason why he put Ashanti on blast is because he's mad and sad, because Ashanti was able to, get some money together and buy her masters. And what she's going to do, and probably what she's currently doing, is re-recording all of her songs so that all that money goes to her. And when she does this, I'm going to start streaming all of her re-recorded songs because I want this girl to thrive and succeed and get that damn money. Now, y'all, I used to respect Irv Gotti because I love Murder Inc. and I really reminisce on that time in my life. But baby, he is just a mark-ass punk. What y'all don't know is Ashanti was actually loyal to Murder Inc. to the very end. Even when they were getting the whole entire record label raided, she was still a part of Murder Inc. up until he was about to go to jail and he decided to go ahead and let her out of her contract. She didn't have to pay any money out of it. He just let her go because, where was that money going to go anyways? He was going to be in prison. And I also don't like how he talks as if he made Ashanti, when Ashanti literally had deals on the table after she left Murder Inc. She was going to make it in this game with or without you. She had the looks and she had the talent. You may have helped her, but she was going to make it regardless. But overall, y'all, to tie things up, I really think that these two stories speak to what women have to go through within this industry. They have to be docile and be quiet, let things slide, and not rock the boat so that they could have a clear and even path to get where they're trying to go. Ashanti hasn't addressed none of this. Like, this isn't the first time that Irv Gotti has talked about her. He's talked about her time and time again in the past because he let the baddest thing walk out of his life. She should really seek legal action, but homegirl keeps it cute and on mute. And then we have Angela Yee, who, like I said earlier, was overshadowed by her 2 male co-hosts. You know, she had to kind of like be docile and not really rock the boat too much. And I don't know if that's mainly due to her personality. I kind of feel like it's a combination of both her personality and also maybe the showrunners or also her male co-hosts trying to like tell her not to like rock the boat too much. Like, I mean, even Claudia Jordan can speak to that because she said in her radio days she had to kind of downplay her personality so that her male co-host could shine. And I feel like Angela Yee either had to do that or also it was because of her personality was just a little dry. But yeah, y'all, I hope Irv Gotti and the Breakfast Club get it together. And to keep it real with you guys, like I said earlier, I'm burnt out on talking about these celebrities. Like, I think things in their life has gotten a little bit boring, and you know, this is kind of like a nicheless channel, and I'm trying to find my niche, and I think I'm gonna start shifting the focus back to me and talk about the things that I like. Now, don't get me wrong, if something becomes too big to ignore, like in the celebrity world, I'm definitely going to talk about it. But lately, these celebrities, like, they just don't move me. Like, they don't really move me anymore to talk about. Like, it's just the same antics, same bullshit, and they still have more money than me. And it's just like, nah. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about Angela Yee spreading her legs. I mean, spreading her wings. And let me know what you guys think about Ashanti paying Frankenberry some dust. But those are my views. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to come back at you guys with some more content.